Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here at Lichtsinn RV in Forest City, Iowa. I am joined today with Abby Nieman, who is one of our sales consultants, and we are going to measure the Solis 59PX for you. We did this for the Solis, but some things have changed on the PX model where they've expanded the length and added a gear garage. So we're going to do all that for you, move up to the front area, get some cabinet measurements, and hopefully this will help you in your Solis research. So Abby is going to first measure the rear section here, and that expansion, as I mentioned earlier, is this gear garage, and the overall length of this is 72 inches. And again, that's the width. And the depth of it is going to be 18 inches. And then next we'll go to the little storage pod that's above the Nautilus Water Center. And that height, the rough opening, is 6.5 inches. 9 3/4. And then if we can measure inside from the front to the back, so that depth, again, 15.5 inches deep. And then we'll measure the interior of it. Which is 17 inches. So again, that's the storage pod above the Nautilus Water Center. Now if Abby can measure the storage pod that is on the floor, there's two of these, and the length 37 inches, the width 15, and then the height of it 4.5 inches. And then we'll measure the space from the base of the Murphy bed down to the floor for that storage. 23 inches in height. And then take that from working left to right as far as that opening there. Cross coach storage underneath the Murphy bed. And that is 34.5. And then we'll move forward to the little storage pockets that are underneath the passenger side bed portion. So the top one measures in length of 30 inches. And the opening 7, and then the depth 18 inches. And then we'll measure the bottom one. The wheelbase, the actual wheel well, is housed down there, so there's a little restriction down there.
9 inches.
So that is 9 inches in depth, and then it'll have the same measurement as length and rough opening. While we're here, we'll have Abby measure the storage drawer. That's again underneath the Murphy bed.
16 inches.
So 16 inches in length. The width
12 inches.
is 12, and then the depth
3.5.
would be 3.5. So over on the driver's side, you've got two doors that open up, and again, the wheel well is housed in there. The rough opening
30.5.
is 30.5. The height is 18.5. And then the overall depth is going to get a little tricky, but if you're up in rear of the wheel well, that is going to be
17 inches.
17 inches. And then while we're back here in the gear garage bed area, we'll measure the cabinets. above the bed on the passenger side.
It's 41 inches.
And that's 41 inches in length. The depth
It's 12 inches.
is 12 inches, and the height
11 and a half.
is 11 and a half. And we'll grab that one. And this storage area actually has an adjustable shelf in it. The width,
9 and a half.
9 and a half. The depth
15.
will be at 15 inches, and the height
It's 14.
is 14. And then we will wrap up the rear section here with the storage that's above the driver's side, above the Murphy bed. And it's a little tapered back here, but the overall length
51.
is 51. The depth on the base
7 and a half.
is 7.5, and the height
Is 12.
is 12. And then while we're back here, the overall measurement of the Murphy bed itself is 59 by 77. Again, 59 by 77. Okay, so now we're going to measure the flooring area of the Solis, and we're going to start with that flooring area that's in the rear section. The base of the floor that's underneath the Murphy bed, that measures
53 and a half.
53 and a half inches. And then as you move forward, you got a step down, and from that step down area to the rear of the base of the bench seat
38 inches.
is 38 inches. And then again, we already measured the depth of the garage, and that is 18 inches. And then next we will measure the cabinet that is above the galley area.
29 and a half.
So 29 and a half inches wide. The depth
12 inches.
is 12 inches, and the height
12 inches.
is also 12 inches. And then while we're up there, Abby, if we could measure the floor space from the bathroom area over to the galley area at that wide point.
26.
So 26 inches there, and then when you move up from the bench seat to the galley
About 16 and a half.
is about 16 and a half inches. And then next we're going to move up to the front half living area of the Solis and do some additional measurements up there for you. Okay, so now we move to the front living area of, again, the Solis 59PX, and the bathroom wet bath area measures 31 inches in width, and the overall depth
24 inches.
is approximately 24 inches. And then we're going to move to the cabinet that's above the bench seat. And again, this has a tapered design to it.
41.
Is 41 inches in width, 7 inches in depth,
12.
and 12 inches in the height. And then there's a little storage cubby that's above the cab area. And the overall width / length,
51.
51 inches. The height,
6 and a half.
6.5, and then the depth
21 and a half.
is 21 and a half inches. And we got two other storage areas up front. The first one is in the floor, which is behind the driver's seat at the base of the bench, and
12.
that is 12 inches across by
15 and a half.
15 and a half, and then the height of that
About 4 inches.
is about 4 inches. And then the last spot is underneath the bench seat. There's a little storage tray that sits underneath there.
34 inches.
That is 34 inches in length
5 inches.
by 5 inches. And the height, the depth,
It's 4 inches.
is 4 inches. One last measurement is the pop top sleeping area, and that measures 52 by 79. So that concludes the measurements of the Solis 59PX. I'd like to thank Abby for being our measurer carpenter today. She did a great job. If there are any other measurements that we can provide to you on the Solis 59PX or any RV that we have in stock, please reach out to any of our sales consultants and we'd love to assist you.